Good afternoon. As Dean of Students for Granite State College, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our student speaker. Please join me in welcoming Joseph Grabowski, class of 2012, to address his fellow graduates.
Thank you very much. Today marks the very first time that I'm going to be walking across the stage as part of a graduation. Back in high school, I was a classic underachiever. I'd long lost any passion I'd had for education, and I committed myself to do the absolute minimum necessary to just get through and to still pass. And as a point of illustration, from my final semester of high school, for those of you who are wondering, well, how did you not graduate and still end up here? I registered for the bare minimum of credits I needed to graduate, which amounted to 4 classes and 3 study halls. So when my creative writing teacher refused to play the game with me, not letting me make up for homework that I never turned in, but instead she decided to make an example of me, I was dismayed to learn that failing the class was going to cost me the half a credit that I needed to graduate with my class. So I didn't get to walk the stage. So instead, in order to receive my diploma, I was sentenced to summer school, remedial English. Well, I still made it into college, but by then I totally and completely forgot to bring my heart with me. And just after my sophomore year, I dropped out. Now fast forward 20 years to 2008. I had just turned 40 years old that April, and I found myself feeling very uncertain about my future. At that point in my life, I'd been married for almost 12 years, with a 6-year-old son about to enter school for the first time, and I was a home provider for a developmentally disabled man for the state of New Hampshire, with whom I'd begun working shortly after I dropped out of college. And I loved my job, and the deep satisfaction it gave me, as well as the opportunities it afforded me to be a stay-at-home husband and father. That year, the sudden and unexpected death of another developmentally disabled man I'd known jarred me into a keen awareness of the harsh realities of life. And for a while afterwards, I spiraled down into a dark pit of anxiety and neurosis about the very real possibility of the same thing happening to the man I dearly loved and supported. But instead of allowing myself to become paralyzed with fear as I'd had every time I thought about re-entering college and finishing my degree, I girded myself up and took a leap of faith. And with the encouragement of my loving wife, Michelle, I met with an advisor at Granite State College. I completed my FAFSA that summer, and I enrolled in the fall 2008 term. And although I was afraid that I would fail on many levels, I've heard this story spoken at least once today, I soon discovered that I had a passion for learning that I hadn't had since elementary school, if ever. Each class I took not only added to my cumulative knowledge towards my behavioral science degree, but it also proved to have practical application for my job, for my family, for my ministry, and many other aspects of my life. In addition to investing in my future, I found that I was enhancing my todays. So these past 4 years have literally flown by, even as my life has dramatically changed. In February of this year, the man that I spent almost my entire life serving and caring for suddenly and unexpectedly passed away, leaving me once again to face an uncertain future. And although my heart is still heavy with grief and loss, I've realized that my years with Granite State College have grown me and changed me in immeasurable ways. It has been a journey that has prepared me for opportunities that await me, but even more than that, it has taught me much about myself, about who I am, and about who I can be. And most of all, it has taught me about redemption, about second chances. See, the college education I previously felt guilty for wasting ended up providing me a strong, solid foundation of credits towards my college degree. The potential I thought I'd squandered in grade school ended up earning me a place on the Dean's List for 3 years in a row, an induction in Alpha Sigma Lambda. And the years that I spent investing my life into working with my beloved friend ended up earning me 10 college credits and my assessment for prior learning class. I will ever be grateful to Granite State College for offering an educational experience geared towards non-traditional students, and to the staff and faculty who have been supports to me over the years, and to my classmates who have shared this journey with me, to my friends and my family who have stood with me, including my mother who made me wear my sister's cap and gown for pictures, to my church family who taught me grace and patience while they waited with me as I took on this additional responsibility. And to my son Noah and my nephew Josh for patiently waiting and giving up of some of our time together while I pressed through, into my loving and constant support of my wife, Michelle, for loving me and believing in me even when I didn't. And most of all, to God for giving me that nudge to move forward in preparation for the changes in my life that were to come. It's that timing that again proves to me that the Lord knows the end from the beginning and that He works all things together. And finally, to my fellow graduates, to all those still in school, and to all those who are in the place I was in only 4 years ago, and to everyone else here present today, I leave you with the words of author George Eliot. It is never too late to be what you might have been. Thank you, and may God bless you today and the years yet to come, and congratulations, faculty.